Welcome back. In crowded markets and on sidewalks of African cities and towns, shoppers can turn up Tommy Hilfiger jeans or Burberry jackets for a fraction of the price in London's Regent Street or New York Fifth Avenue. Second-hand clothes discarded at charity shops or thrift stores from overseas, then shifted thousands of miles to another continent, is a lucrative business worth several million euros. Ignatius Ano and Shunzula Yingi with the in-depth story.
Second-hand clothes discarded as worthless at charity shops or thrift stores in Europe or the United States and then shipped thousands of miles to another continent provide clothing to many of the continent of 1 billion where economies may be growing but many Africans struggle to get by. It is a common scene across Africa with Ghana, Nigeria, Ivory Coast, Tanzania, Benin, Uganda and Kenya among the biggest markets for second-hand clothes. Kenya alone imports about 100,000 tons of second-hand clothes a year, providing the government revenues from customs duties and creating tens of thousands of jobs. Until the 1980s, high tariffs protected homegrown garment and other businesses. Then, economic liberalization programs backed by the World Bank and International Monetary Fund started taking hold in Kenya and elsewhere. Tariffs were lowered and local factories had to contend with new competition. Many failed and folded up. Critics of the industry argue Africa cannot hope to build its own garment industry when it is flooded with cheap imports. Rwanda is currently involved in a diplomatic tussle with the United States after it banned the importation of second-hand clothes into the country. The United States responded by suspending Rwanda from enjoying benefits of the African Growth and Opportunity Act AGWA trade program, which gives eligible sub-Saharan countries duty-free access to the United States in exchange for eliminating barriers to U.S. trade and investment, among others. The ban was agreed by leaders of the East African community, but Rwanda implemented the ban alone after Uganda, Kenya and Tanzania succumbed to pressure and chose the economic benefits that accrue under AGWA. Africa, which has countries like Mali, Burkina Faso, Chad, Togo and Uganda as producers of cotton, the raw material from which clothes are made, remains one of the continents where the sale of second-hand clothing is thriving.
Somalia won Dubai state-owned port operator DP World against an agreement to develop an economic zone and port in Somaliland. The country said it bypassed the legitimate authority of Somalia, triggering misunderstanding and disagreement that remained unsolved. DP World, the world's fourth largest port operator based in Dubai, said in 2016 it would invest more than $400 million to develop the port in question. Mike Dibi and Maiva Komesi with the details.
Somali's foreign minister recently called on Dubai state-owned port operator DP World to reconsider its contract with the breakaway region of Somaliland and work with federal authorities so Somalia's sovereignty is not violated. A DP World spokesman told Reuters that construction in Somaliland and Portland and other semi-autonomous region of Somalia where a Dubai state-owned company has a separate deal to manage a port was on schedule and that work will start soon.
We are asking the the Dubai ports to reconsider these agreements, particularly the one in Berbera, since Somaliland is claiming to be an independent state from Somalia.
The comments come amid a diplomatic row between the volatile Horn of African nation and the United Arab Emirates UAE, where the Dubai government owns DP World.
The disagreement is and the misunderstanding that have arisen recently are unfortunate, and it's not something that the Somali government is interested in.
Somaliland broke away from Somalia in 1991 and has acted as a de facto state since then, but is not internationally recognized.
Remember, if your business is in Africa, then this is your show. Thank you for watching. Let's get interactive Would like to hear from you via our social media platforms, Africanews, or you can reach me directly on Twitter at AfolakeG and on Facebook, Afolake Oyinloye. Till then, let's run those businesses.